Okay, we're on the execution side of acting without hesitation. You don't want to miss this. Everybody reads too fast. They read their Bible in every version known to man. But watch what happens. Let's break it down. Then Jesus took the loaves. Don't go anywhere. Stay right there. They handed the loaves. The loaves, not the loaves and the fish. They handed the loaves. He took the loaves. Are you sure God's taking what you're putting out? Or do you still have your hand in it once you give the problem to Him? Perhaps you need Jesus giving thanks over what you have. But it's a little hard for Jesus to give thanks over what you have when He showed you the pattern that you need to give thanks over what you have. So He took the loaves. I don't care what you think is the biggest or the most powerful part of your life or your biggest need. Just give it over. Two-part situation here. He gave the loaves. He then gave the thanks, and then He started breaking it, and He distributed it to those who were seated as much as they wanted. If you actually read right through all of the descriptions of it in the New Testament, you will see that the apostles broke it. He started it, and they kept it going. Otherwise, how do your hands stay together to break for 5,000 as much as they wanted? I mean, it's a lot of exercise. He had to get it through Him into them. When He had them doing the easy stuff, the appetizer, the Bible says He did the same with the fish. Now, I don't know what kind of little fish the guy had. You ever broke a fish in half? I don't know how it was cooked. Well, it was filet. You don't know that. I don't know that. Well, I researched it. All the teachers in the world can get all the different ideas, but you still had to break it. You still had to multiply it. Will you say that? I have to multiply everything I have. Say it. I have to multiply everything I have. Nothing is going to come in its own amount. Everything you get has to be multiplied. So if you spend everything you get, if you move everything you get, if you push everything you get, and you make no plan, and you don't have any assets behind it, you will not have what you need when you need it for future operations. So how are you going to serve God by serving others? Watch it. There's 4 things. Jesus organized a plan of action. Jesus relied on His Father by praying. Jesus gave thanks. And then He served. Think you might be getting a thing or two out of I know I do. I get things out of order. Sometimes I just start. Don't even organize a plan of action. Jesus said, have the men sit. Then He prayed. Then He gave thanks. Soaked it in praise. Then He started serving. And as He served, the miracle continued. I want to spend a little bit of time today just talking to you about not wasting anything. And it might take me another Take 10 session to finish. But after everybody was through, verse 12 says, when they had all had enough to eat, He said to His disciples, gather the pieces that are left over, let nothing be wasted. Now, I don't want to move too fast. Go back and it says when they had all had enough to eat. 5,012. No, 5,013 men. So there were about 5,000 men. I mean, let's don't get nitpicky, but I'm just saying you're leaving the apostles and you're leaving Jesus out. If there's not enough for you to eat, you have not met the Master's purposes yet. He wants you to be blessed. Learn to act without hesitation. Get you a plan. Begin to organize that plan. Begin to make things happen as you go through. Give it to the Father in prayer. Begin to praise over it and soak it in praise, and then begin to serve. But remember, you have to multiply enough for yourself. And when times are good in your life, put back some for tomorrow. Find yourself going forward. Always be looking on the horizon for the next 2 loaves, or 2 fishes and 5 loaves. But when it gets over with it, don't just leave it for the cleanup crew. Gather the pieces that are left over. Let nothing be wasted. Would you start a principle with me right now? And would you act without hesitation and ask God to forgive you for all that you have wasted? I certainly have wasted a lot. And I'm working on making sure that the last 25, 30 years of my ministry just does not get wasted. Not 1 minute. Don't want to travel where I don't want to go where I'm not supposed to be. No matter how much I love the people or love doing it, I don't want to be driven. I want to drive. I want to multiply. These take 10s that I'm speaking to you, they are for as many as the Lord shall tarry. For as long as the Lord shall let it go. I could be dead and in the grave 30 years should God tarry, and people be grabbing these little take 10 things and building their faith with it for the roughest time that the world will ever go through. I don't think I will see, should God tarry, the rough times that are coming on even my grandchildren and great-grandchildren. But somebody one day has to hear the elders say, don't waste anything, watch yourself. Quit being negative. Speak faith. Something's dead, speak life into it. Take what you have, get started, multiply, make it happen. Because if no one says it, it will never happen. Let nothing be wasted. I'll see you next time, and I'm going to be praying for you that God will give you what you have need of.